YouTube channel. Nicholas Villar is here, aka Super Divorce, and tonight, Smuturday Night Live.
No, that's not what we're doing.
You agreed. You said, "Oh yes, yes."
Just opening and taking a drink of my beverage. It took me a second.
Yes, quite.
To process what you said. I thought you had to go get your phone charger.
I will eventually, but I didn't feel like going to get it right this
Do you
moment.
want me to go get it for you?
I'll let you know when I get an alert.
Well, then it'll be too late.
No, it'll tell me
You
at
want
like.
to keep it ahead. You don't want to let it drain.
It'll let me know well before it's going to die. We don't have to worry about that. No worries. It's fine.
So we're not doing Legos?
Yeah,
Well, why'd you call it Smuturday?
because I had the pumpkin spice sitting right here.
But that's not what the whole stream is.
So,
Oh, man.
close enough. I thought the salacious title might bring more milkshakes to the yard.
Brought your first one.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Ronnie.
Mm.
Nice to see ya. Hope you're having a wonderful evening on this Saturday.
We just got back from the cinemas. We saw a clown show. A clown movie.
We did.
The one that I did the deep dive on the trailer for last night. What? Tummy hurts?
Too many snacks.
Clown in a cornfield.
Why'd you say it like that?
That's what we saw. And I'll wait until... I'll see if at least BJ and Good Brother show up. Because they were here for, I think, the entire super dive last night. So I don't want to get into the analysis of the movie until we got a few more heads in the chat. Because...
While you're waiting, you want me to go look for that charger?
I guess so. You might as well. Why not? But yeah, going to the cinema. You know, Tom Cruise is still out there campaigning hard for the cinema, isn't he? He's doing a good job. Old, silly, crazy Tom. Say what you want about him, but I don't know if there's a better ambassador for the cinema than Thomas Cruise. Say what you want about him, but I don't know if there is a better ambassador in the modern day, or maybe any other era, for going to the cinema. Tom Cruise. He's out there doing worldwide tours for all of his big films when they come out. I was telling Jess, you watch Tom Cruise work a crowd at one of his premiere events, it's almost like watching a professional wrestler come out and hit the stage. He's that excited. He gets so into it. He does such a great job hyping people up, getting them excited to go to cinema. And so I took a picture with Tom Cruise tonight. They had a Mission Impossible standee at the local cinema, and I took a picture with him. I took a selfie. I don't take many selfies, but I took a selfie with Thomas Cruise at the cinemas tonight. His big standee there promoting the new Mission Impossible, perhaps the very last one. And I need to get caught up on those because I'd like to go and see that in film cinema. I think that would be cool to experience in IMAX maybe. The new Mission Impossible. And you know what I'm surprised they haven't done? Because it's like a part 1, part 2. I'm surprised they have not done any sort of like bundle deal. You know, where you'd go and see the previous Mission Impossible film and then it was Dead Reckoning and now Dead Reckoning Part 2. I never saw the previous one. I think I'm like 3 behind actually. The last one I saw was Ghost Protocol and it was really good. And then I missed the other ones after that. So I'm a little behind. Yes, we're doing the review. Come on. Give me a break. I'm doing clickbait. Okay? I'm trying to bring milkshakes into the yard with a salacious title. We're going to do the movie review. Be glad I didn't launch right into it. I gave you time. And I'm giving BJ a little time too to get here since you guys basically stuck it out the entire night last night. You hung in there for the full 3-hour stream breaking down one movie trailer. So we're going to talk about that movie tonight. We're certainly going to do that. But I thought this would be good to put down because it was sitting right here. And I was like, what are we going to call this stream? Let's just call it the Smuturday Night Live because it's salacious. And it's going to get lots of clicks. It's going to be my first 1 million view live stream, I think. So it's historic for that reason. Now, I'll wait for Jess to get here before we launch into the film because she saw it too and she might want to weigh in. But what else is happening? What else is happening right now? Tom Cruise, Clown the Cornfield. Ha! Nick bait. Ah! I choke on my spit. Nick bait. This is what I've got for the evening right now. Severed lime. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. The severed lime. The liquid death. Canned water with bubbles in it. And light flavoring. Maybe you drink liquid death. If you do, let me know your favorite flavor. What's your favorite flavor of liquid death? Which flavors have you flaved? I haven't flaved all the flavors of liquid death. Not all of them. Jess was telling me there's one that tastes like Dr. Pepper. Is that Dr. Pepper? That's that Dr. Pepper.
Lazarus was taking it with him, but...
Oh, thank you. Good Brother drinks the white can flat water.
Oh, liquid death. This isn't the Dr. Pepper one. I didn't get that one.
I know.
Oh.
I said you told me there was a Dr. Pepper
yeah,
one.
it was there. I almost bought it, but I haven't had that one yet.
Me neither.
I just had the cola or root beer, one of the two.
Have you had the flat water?
No, something about drinking like non-carbonated water out of a can always feels strange.
Jess doesn't like that idea. Good Brother.
Everybody says it's good though.
She thinks she's too good to drink flat water out of a can. It's not for her.
I haven't tried it. I'm a fraud.
Total fraud.
Yeah.
Exposed. Cancellation underway.
It's probably super refreshing.
He said it's refreshing water.
So I was thinking it always weirds me out when it's like a non-carbonated drink coming out of a can. Because I like the seltzers, but here I am drinking a tea.
Yeah.
It's just flat. It does take a minute to get used to though. Because I usually drink fizzy things out of cans.
How about Hawaiian Punch?
I don't like Hawaiian Punch.
Who doesn't like Hawaiian Punch? You never had Hawaiian Punch out of a can?
No.
Oh man, that's so good. Pumpkin's here.
What up, Pumpkin?
Look, she's brandishing her badge too.
She was called. I know. Maybe she arrived because her name is in the title of the smut book.
That could be. It's already working. We're on our way to 1 million views on this live stream.
I tried to let Pumpkin know that she got a surprise gift package.
That's what I was saying.
She was like, oh, what do I get? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know which one you got.
She has a badge now.
Okay.
So she's got the Super Divorce heart next to her name.
Oh, does she just have that for this month?
Yeah.
Does she get like a free pin in the mail or anything?
No, that's only for the second. Good Brother paid for that goddamn badge.
Well, I'm sure she appreciates it. You don't have to be so violent.
He's
and
got
angry.
all cap
I know,
syndrome.
man. He just came in swinging at Pumpkin. Just a sweet little Little angel.
She says, yes, thank you.
See, you're being mean and she's still being nice.
And you can use the emojis now, or the emotes.
The emotes. I can't use those.
Why?
Because I'm not a member.
Oh, Jess isn't even a member of the channel.
I'm not going to give you our money and then YouTube take half of it away.
There, Pumpkins put the corn miser in.
Oh, where do you find those?
You can't use them unless you're a member.
Fine. Never mind then. I guess I'll just sit here. Do they come up in the stickers?
I don't know.
I'll just put this person doing this dance. There you go, everybody.
That's lame.
First day in the chat. I don't know what's going on.
Dabbing.
Dabbing, that's right. I was trying to remember what that was called. Thank you for that. Thanks to the youngster for providing the correct terminology for the dance.
Good Brother's all bricked up. The bricked up face.
Gross.
That's pop culture. I don't know if you've ever watched Pop Culture in the Pop Culture Minute. Yeah. It's a character who does the Pop Culture Minute. He has 1 minute to let you in on some breaking pop culture news.
It's good stuff.
It is. There's only one of them ever made.
I know.
And he's become legendary.
His 1 minute of fame, as they say.
So we just saw this film.
We did.
I did a super dive on the trailer last night. We're going to read some smut in a little bit. But first, Good Brother wanted to talk about the movie we just watched. Because I went through the entire trailer basically frame by frame last night. I reviewed a 2.5 minute trailer in 2.5 hours.
You did?
Yes. And so we can talk about it now because we've actually seen the film. So, Good Brother, do you have any questions? I think I know what you're going to lead with. But I'll wait and see. I'm fielding all questions about... Are you
doing spoilers, no spoilers?
Yes, it's
if you don't want spoilers.
This will be a very spoiler-heavy discussion. So if you don't want spoilers for the film, a clown in a cornfield. Corn in a clown field, as someone said last night. Good Brother, you were right. You were quite right. It was a big town-wide conspiracy.
Yeah. All the boomers.
Well, I don't want to give too much away.
You just told me we were spoiling
we're going to spoil it. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. I was going to build up to why.
Okay, well. You shouldn't have me on your streams.
Well, whatever. Jess is a bull in a china shop.
I am. A thought pops into my mind and it just jumps out of my mouth. And that's that. You know?
It was...
Okay, go ahead. Just back it up and do what you were going to do. Everybody pretend like I didn't say that. There were no boomers. It was a joke.
No, it was boomers. We can't back it up now.
Do you think they all... what do you call it when you...
Shotgun a beer?
Yeah, do you think they did that with their monsters? Their boomer juice?
Maybe they went butt chugging together.
Ooh, they probably did butt chug the monsters.
No, they probably butt chug corn
Each
syrup.
Other. Oh,
corn syrup.
Yeah.
The bacon corn
syrup. I've been
syrup.
telling you about that corn syrup. It's not safe.
There were a lot of vapes in the movie that Jess didn't notice.
I didn't notice a single one.
Yeah. It was very Gen Z coded, the film was. It was very much like a battle of generations.
We should have taken Pumpkin with us, too.
Yeah.
So she could have helped us understand what was going on.
Well, I'm online, so I know what's going on.
Okay, well, I was in the middle.
Hip.
Everybody else knew what was going on. Somebody had to lean over and tell me about the vapes. I was like, where? What's a vape?
Yeah.
Who was smoking vapes? Is that what you call it? Is it called smoking a vape, or do you just call vaping a vape? Slurping a vape?
Slurping?
What's the...
I've heard rip.
Oh, ripping a vape. Is that only
Yeah.
with weed though?
No,
Or
I
is
think
that just like with the little baby nicotine vapes?
I think you can rip a vape in general.
All right.
You can rip it.
All right. I've never ripped a vape.
But people used to say that about like smoking weed too.
Were they using the
Pumpkin
little...
said ripping the Benjamin.
Oh, that's fancy.
It's a vape pen.
Oh.
Well,
Were they using the little pins or were they using the boxes with the little Slurpee attached?
I think I saw both.
Did you? All right. So you're allowed to vape in the movie, but you're not allowed to smoke a ciggy anymore unless it's rated X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah, Vape Nation. It's funny that that's so old now. That's almost like a boomer skit, but it's like a boomer skit that's Gen Z coded because Gen Z has adopted the vape now. But that was like total millennial humor.
By the way, I'd like to...
But hold on. Pumpkin said vapes are targeted to Gen Z, but vapes got off the ground 100% with the help of millennials.
For sure.
It was a total millennial thing.
Yeah.
So you weren't first on the scene with the vapes. You guys weren't the first people to rip fat clouds. You know what I'm saying?
Clouding it up.
Clouding it up.
I want to interject before you get into the movie and say that there is a group of young ladies that went in ahead of us, all of who were wearing shorts with their butt cheeks showing. 4 of them, except for one, was cozy. She had on pajama pants, and they all had their blankies. And the ticket guy handled them, and Nick embarrassed me by making a comment, but I had no idea that you have to be 21 now to see an R-rated movie.
Yeah, he kicked them to the curb.
And they never came back.
He sent them packing. He sent them right out of the theater. They were trying to go in. I guess they must have had their tickets already.
Yeah, and they said that at least one of them needed to have a 21 ID.
Yeah.
And I guess nobody had. She didn't want to go back to her car.
Well, that's what she said. Can I go get it?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, but at least one person needs an ID.
Yeah, and then we never saw
to show you're 21.
They probably wouldn't saw Trolls or something.
If they came back at all.
That's a lot of money to walk from.
I don't know if they'll give you a refund.
I don't know. It's like $100 for 4 people.
But they left. At the very least, they went back to their car. So I walked up to the guy taking the tickets, and I was like, "What, are they serving alcohol in there?"
And then I ran.
And Jess got mad at me. And he like totally didn't.
He no-sold you.
Yeah, he didn't pop for it. He was like, "No, you have to be 21 to go to an R-rated movie. If you're under 18, you have to have someone with you who's at least 21." It's like, what?
Yeah.
What are we doing there? What's
none of
happening?
us got carded.
Well, of course we didn't.
Well, the lady who had her pillow and her pajama pants looked like she was somebody's mom. She looked like she was 40.
Well, I mean, I think that I'm not saying any of us in our little group we went with look like geezers, but no one would cast me in a high school film to play a high school student.
I don't know. I feel like all those high school students in the movie we just watched all look like they were in their late 20s.
No, early to mid 20s. They look like college kids.
I don't know.
Because you can't. The reason they can't usually get legit high school kids is because fucking OSHA is so stupid.
OSHA?
Yeah.
Not OSHA. OSHA does chemicals.
Not just chemicals.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not.
That's like who we have to go through for our sanitation. We have to OSHA is like Ohio Safe Healthy Association.
Ohio Safe Healthy Association. They make it so that you can't
sanitation.
cast young kids in films. You can just replace whatever. They're all the same. Government agency says no. You have to give high school kids whatever. They can only work for a half hour at a time. And then they need 12-hour breaks because they're so fragile. Anyway, if you're under 18, you have to have a 21-year-old with you to go into a film. Like, what's the difference, really? Why? It's still like someone within your age range, basically. What they're saying is your 18-year-old friend can't get you in, but if you have a friend who's 21, sure. Like, who? I would just like to slap the shit out of whatever fuckhead politician came up with that idea. It's really stupid.
Do you think it's a politician?
Yes.
What if that's just like Regal Cinemas made that?
No,
rule?
that's like a state kind of stupid thing.
OSHA.
Yeah, it's OSHA.
I should know what OSHA stands for, and I can't remember, and now I feel ashamed.
Ohio Safety Health Association.
Occupational Safety and Health Administration. I was close.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, OSHA does your chemical control, not your movie theater ages.
They might. Whoever does it, just swap them out. Like I said, another stupid government agency.
Do you think they're in the same group with the alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco, and guns?
ATF might as well be.
In movies,
ATF, yeah. Alcohol, tobacco, and
firearms.
films.
Oh.
The films and firearms.
Oh, okay.
The F is two-pronged.
Okay.
It works both ways. So they sent them packing.
They did.
And then we went in, and yeah, it was it wasn't bad. It wasn't remarkable. It wasn't.
Say hi, Luna. Why you look scared? You smell like snacks.
But it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. A little disappointing. The final act, a little disappointing. Once the masks started coming off, I think that's when it took a dive.
Yeah.
When you had just like Will Sasso standing there.
Which one's he?
Will Sasso, the
I don't
fat
know
guy
the
who used to be on
okay.
Mad TV.
Okay.
You've seen Will Sasso
I didn't
and
know
stuff.
his name. I didn't know his name. I knew that guy.
Yeah.
And the mob guy, like the main guy, he had like a very unceremonious ending.
He just drove away.
He just like disappeared into the night. And you know what's crazy is he had that thing where the son like called him out. He was like, "It was you all along." I expected all the clowns to be like, "Oh," and then kill him.
Yeah.
That would have been a good ending. They should have done that.
Yeah.
But I wanted everybody to turn on him and then he meet his end, you know?
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
So, I mean, like, the basic story is, like, it's a small town. They got small town. Try that in a small town values.
With cornfields.
With cornfields and it's flyover country, and these are good people. But wait! Are they really?
Nope. Bunch of rednecks.
And they're not, because they're rednecks, and they like guns, and...
and they're old.
And they're old.
They're like traditional
and they're
values.
boomers. And so...
Old music.
So you find out, I mean, this is the quick summary. You find out at the end that the guy who's a descendant of the owner and proprietor of the corn syrup factory, the modern day corn syrup tycoon, he is the one basically organizing all of the clowns to go out and kill wayward youths every so often, to purge the bad seeds from the community so they can keep their small town small and running smoothly. And so so that's what it is. It's the main thrust of the story is fucking old people and their want
corn,
and their corn
and their corn syrup
and their want for a nice orderly community. The son of the main bad guy, the big bad tycoon. The son of the tycoon ends up being a good kid.
But they made him gay at the end, which is fine.
Yeah, he's gay at the end. There's like there's a little bit of a Brokeback Mountain tension, and then a big payoff makeout scene between the son of the tycoon and then the kind of rough around the edges, mysterious redneck kid who's been hovering around the group throughout the film. He comes in and saves the day.
Yeah, it turns out they were old best friends.
Yeah, the tycoon's son and the redneck kid from the town who's kind of a weirdo, who, if you remember from the trailer, the redneck kid is the one who steps out in front of the Jeep when he's carrying the deer, that was the same redneck kid.
Pumpkin says this wasn't a Goosebumps.
No,
movie.
it wasn't Goosebumps.
It felt like a Goosebumps.
With a little more blood.
A little more blood.
But
none of the boomers were mad about the gayness, so that's good.
Yeah, they were. That was whatever. They didn't care.
They just didn't like the YouTubing. They didn't like your kind.
Yeah, they didn't like.
They didn't like the kids making their YouTube videos.
They were making the damn YouTube videos because the kids in town, they had made up a fake serial killer, Friendo the clown. They would go and make these fake serial killer vlogs where Friendo would come out and kill someone, and then they'd post it online and get lots of views, and they were kind of like mini celebrities. But then behind the scenes, you had the real Friendos, which were all the old people in town being organized by small town Elon Musk.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if they did that on purpose or if that guy just like he's always had a weird face.
Yeah, but I think they made him up to look like Elon.
He looked just like Elon
because he had like the same exact hairstyle,
mannerisms. And that guy has quirky, weird mannerisms, but they're not like that.
Yeah.
They definitely like made him.
So it was Elon Musk leading a crusade of like the aging people in this small town against the Gen Z YouTubers.
And vapors.
And vapors. And that was like the story. That was basically what it was at the end. It's like, fuck you kids. And then they were like, no, fuck you old people. You ruined everything. And so that was...
And very little talk of corn syrup.
You didn't find... See, and that's my problem. You didn't find out jack nor shit really about the history of vaping corn syrup. They didn't go into like what exactly happened at the factory.
Except for that Elon Musk burned it down.
Well, yeah,
to get the insurance money.
Yeah, he
that
ran
was the big
scheme.
reveal. Because that's why all the clown old people were mad, because they burnt down this factory and they blamed it on the kids. And it turned out the whole time it was their leader that did it and killed all their jobs and their friends. And that's when I expected them all to turn on them, but they didn't.
How do you win against a multi-killer? Well, a lot of those clowns died. I mean, a lot of them got shot by the redneck kid.
Most of them died, but some of them didn't.
Some of them didn't, but a lot of them did.
Elon Musk didn't die. He's still out there. And they, at the end, they show a little, like, maybe window into a sequel that's still going. You know?
Well, the main girl who we saw in the trailer,
do you want some help?
The girl from Philadelphia, her name was Quinn. At the end, her dad is going to run for mayor of, what's it called? Kettle Springs. That's what you find out. Her dad's going to run for mayor of Kettle Springs and bring some hope and change to the community, I think. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Or become the new leader of the clowns. One of the two.
That could be.
Because they did say he liked listening to his old music.
Well, he liked old rap music from the 80s.
I know.
And his daughter was giving him a hard time about it.
I know.
But it was kind of unremarkable.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Not one I'd put on the regular rotation, though.
It won't be like, I don't think it'll be quite a sensation like Terrifier or anything like that, you know?
It didn't bring anything new to the table, you know? I feel like that's the problem with a lot of horror. And you can't reinvent the wheel every time, but...
Well, that's what I was saying last night. I was like, it doesn't have to reinvent the wheel as long as it's fun. I think it was a missed opportunity to not go into like the history of the town and have the killer be a leader who, besides just like being the rich guy in the community, I figured all of the killers would sort of be tied into the history of the Bapin factory.
Yeah.
And there'd be some
had a similar payoff to season 3, whatever that was, of what's the criminal show that we like?
True Detective?
Yes. It was like a similar payoff where it was like, oh, it's all the maids.
That was the newest one.
That's what I mean. What season was that? 5?
No, that
3,
was
4?
4.
4.
3 was the
Night
one
Country.
with. Yeah.
One of them we didn't watch, so to me, that's the third one we've
3
seen.
was the one with Steven Dorff.
That one was good.
Mm-hmm.
Season 4, The Night Country.
Yeah, all the maids.
Yeah, that was like the worst. Just all this build up. Such a good story the whole time for the most part, and then the payoff was just like the maids were mad.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of old ladies were like, "We sought revenge."
Yeah.
Sorry if you haven't seen True Detective.
A bunch of elderly Eskimos.
You're not supposed to call them that.
What are they?
I don't remember what you're supposed to call them.
You can't say. I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Eskimos is a slur.
I'm sorry. I'm not giving up Eskimo.
Okay. I don't think it's the preferred nomenclature.
Well, it's fine.
Shh. Okay. We don't need any more cancellations.
I'm a
Sir.
product of my time.
Maybe you belong with the clowns.
I guess I do. Inuit. No, I'm keeping Eskimo going.
Stop.
It's better.
I mean,
I learned it when I was in preschool. It's not like my
we learned
teachers
a lot
were.
of things in preschool that they've walked back.
That's fine. I'm not walking it. I never agreed to walk it back. You can't just walk it back for me. I'm not on board with that. I think Eskimo is fine. Just like I still say Indian too, and not talking about like Vivek.
Oh, like Native American?
Yeah,
Well, that's what we're taught.
Cowboys and Indians. The Cleveland Indians.
You probably can't say cowboys anymore either. Rustic American
Rustic American.
cowboy. You can't say cowboy.
Rustic American.
Countrymen.
Now you're gonna be super canceled for laughing about.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they don't want to be called cowboys anymore.
Maybe.
Some of them don't have cows. And they're not boys, they're men. Maybe they want to be called rustic American men.
Well, some of them might be ladies too.
Oh, that's true. What's their...
Cow people.
No, they're not cow people.
Rustic people.
They sound like they don't sound tough. They sound like they're falling apart. Rustic is like what they call like a platter that looks like shit. It's rustic.
Who refers to platters as rustic? I've never heard that.
Like if you go and you go to a restaurant and they have like a rustic meal item.
No restaurant has rustic meal items.
Yes, they do.
Where do they have rustic
like-
meal items?
like
Cracker Barrel?
No. I can't even talk to you. No, like you'll see like the rustic linguine or like a rustic flatbread, but it's like it just means it looks like shit. It looks rustic.
I've never heard that. I've never seen that.
Should I Google it?
If you can try. And no, it can't be cow.
Not cow,
According
'cause
to
some of
Jess-
them might just have horses.
It's rustic. Rustic person.
Rustic menu
people.
items.
If you work on a farm, you're a rustic person. I've never seen rustic like in reference to a dish.
Here, you can read. Read it out loud for the class.
Rustic menu items often feature dishes that embrace simplicity, hearty flavors, and locally sourced ingredients, drawing inspiration from classic cooking techniques and regional traditions. These items typically emphasize fresh, unrefined ingredients and may include dishes like roasted chicken with olives, braised lamb shoulder, and hearty soups. For breakfast, you might find items like smoked salmon toast, omelets, and waffles. Mm-hmm. Okay.
See?
Well, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I've never seen it. And Good Brother said, yes, it typically looks like shit.
That's what I'm saying. Here, let me find you a few images so you can see.
Rustic dishes, huh? I mean, I've heard savory, hearty, sure.
No, rustic.
Never heard rustic. I've never heard anyone talk about rustic food.
Here's a Some rustic food items. See, there's a flatbread. I told you they always have a flatbread.
Uh-huh.
There's like a whole chicken. It's like, yeah, it usually looks a little sloppy.
All right, then. Whatever y'all say.
Here's some more rustic menu items.
Okay. Yeah.
There you
A little
go.
weak looking. Well, good brother, what do you think? How about the big reveal being basically boomers versus Gen Zers? What do you think of that big reveal? Would you find that shocking? And it sucks, again, because I thought it was cool when they reveal to you multi-killers. It's not like there are just a couple of them. Like an entire throng of Friendo the clowns come out from the cornfield. So that's a cool shot because you see so many of them walking towards the camera. It's almost like something you would see in Marvel's Avengers. But that doesn't last long. That's like one scene. You get one scene where it's a bunch of them chasing after the kids, and then they all disperse, and then you don't really get that for the rest of the movie. It would have been cool to see this huge group from the get-go almost, and then the kids finding like inventive ways to whittle the large group down over time.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Sneak them out.
So maybe it leaves the concept there for someone else to come in and do a little better.
Yeah, we can do it.
We could.
But it can be about the rustic American herders.
Yeah, we could. Good brother says no, not shocking.
Yeah, the dad even turns on his own son because he hates the Gen Zers so much.
Yeah. The dad's going to start over again.
Yeah, he said that, but he's too old.
No, he's not. Larry King had a kid when he was 80.
You saw his wife. I think she got killed.
Well, yeah, he's going to start over again.
Just find a different broad.
Yeah. Which is probably like another Elon dig because he's got so many kids with all the different wives. So he's like going to start over again. When the kids are getting killed, why don't the clowns attack and force to overwhelm the kids?
They try. They do. They kill.
There are a lot of kids. It's more than just the group that you see in the trailer. They're having a huge like town party. Like all the kids in the entire community are at that barn. You don't see all of them in that shot, but they're all there partying. So there's like a bunch of people running around and
But they seem focused on this particular group of kids.
Yeah.
Because they blame them for the factory burning down.
Yeah.
Even though it was Elon Musk that did it the whole time.
And they find that out and they're still okay with it.
Well, they were like busy getting killed. There were only a few stragglers left at that point. Maybe they weren't paying attention.
I don't think they ever mentioned the month.
Why
like
would
when
they?
it took place. Because I was arguing with Good Brother about when the movie took place. And I said...
Did they ever say where this town is? Like what state?
Yeah, it was in Missouri.
Missouri.
He said it was late November, and I thought that was too late in the year.
Yeah, they were definitely wearing... Like, it was giving you like warm, late summer or early fall vibes.
I said it was probably around Halloween time.
Yeah. They like by the clothing and stuff, people were dressed like nobody had a coat on.
Well, a few people did.
Oh, light jackets.
At night.
Yeah, like...
It seemed like fall time. I mean, you could tell when you looked at the trees, it was fall time.
Well, there you go.
But he said it was late November at the earliest. Meaning it could have been into December, and I said I don't think so.
No.
That seemed too late.
I wouldn't think so.
And then he was trying to tell me when hunting season is in Missouri. And I was like, I don't think that...
Well, the guy got himself a deer.
I know. Missouri is not warm. It's not like Florida. It still gets cold there. It still gets cool and chilly. It is not warm, capital warm.
I don't know. I've never been to Missouri. I can look up the temperature right now.
Well, again, it's not Florida.
I know it's not Florida.
It's not like a tropical climate.
No.
You could tell by the trees. Look at the trees. They don't lose their leaves if it's not cool outside. So they had to know.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been that warm.
They didn't say the date of the corn festival that happens every time. It's probably on one of the magazines or something.
It might have been. They just said that it was yearly. It was the annual Founders Fest is what they called it.
I'm going to look it up.
What are you looking up?
Annual Founders Fest. Annual Founders Day.
Yeah, I understand how later seasonal shifts work, okay? I'm not a complete dum-dum. What I'm saying is, I don't think the shift happens so much later than it does here. I don't think it just starts to get a little bit cool outside in late November, just because it's Missouri. And they didn't show,
Doesn't seem to show the date.
Pull up a Missouri map real quick. I want to see something.
Hold on.
I wonder if they showed. I don't remember if they showed on that little trailer where in Missouri Kettle Springs was supposed to be.
Is it a real place?
I don't think so. Yeah, but you know what? You're missing a vital piece of information, good brother. And you know what that is? The kid's father lost his job in the factory fire. A lot of people were out of work in town because of the factory fire. So guess what? You know that small buck? Well, he gets made fun of for that. He walks around to the driver's side, and his old friend, who he ends up making out with by the end of the movie, kind of pokes fun. He gives him some shit. I told you that people were going to make fun of him for that small kill. And you know what he says back? He says, yeah, well, this is 2 weeks of eating for free.
A month.
Or a month, whatever. A month. Okay. This is a month of free eating for me and the family, even though it was a small fry. So I think he might poach. Huh?
That's what you wanted? Just a U.S. map?
Just I wanted to see if we could take a look at Missouri. Because I mean, look, we're basically at the bottom of Ohio.
It's right next to Kentucky.
We could be. Look at this. We could basically be, if you just drew a line straight over, you know, we're not that far off. Kettle Springs could have very similar weather to what we experience here. That's all I'm saying. It's not a tropical climate. It's not Jamaica. What's up, Sona?
What's up, Sona?
We're debating about this film that we just watched. Clown in a Cornfield. It was also a book. It is also a book. It's not like it used to be a book and now you can't read it anymore. It still is, if you can find it. Are you going to read the book now?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder if the book is just the same or if they changed anything.
I looked up right now in Missouri and it's the same weather as we're having.
It is.
66 degrees. High of 77, low of 56.
Same exact weather as us right now in Kettle Springs.
We had a low of 55, so 1 degree difference, and a high of 73. So we were actually a little warmer today. But we are currently at 64 degrees, and they are at 66. So comparable weather.
Sona's got the book.
Which book? Oh, the
Clown in the Cornfield.
Have you read it?
She bought it from Target.
Ooh, along with your pumpkin spice cafe.
So that's all I'm saying, is that I think Kettle Springs probably experiences very similar seasonal shifts to us here, if I had to guess.
There's a lot of talking about weather. Well, that's because we're old.
Because we're boomers.
Yeah.
That's all we do, sit and talk about the weather. Average temp, though, not fucking current, he says.
It is current. I looked up on my
No,
map.
he's asking what the average temp is.
When?
Not... Huh?
When? Like, forever? It varies just like everywhere else.
Well, you could look it up. Look up...
I can look it up. I've got it right here.
Yeah, look up what the average temperature is right now. What's the average temperature?
Right now? I just told you.
No, average. Like, for this time of year. Like, what's the average? Not what it is today. He wants to know the average to see if that's, like, unseasonably cool for Missouri right now. Just pick a place, you know, kind of like in the middle.
I'm trying to remember the name. Jefferson City.
Jefferson City.
Let me add it to my weather.
Jess is going to find out what the average temp is.
Okay, so their week looks a lot like ours. Look at that.
Okay, but is that unseasonably...
I don't know. It's the same weather we're having. 80s as a high, 50s and 60s as a low.
Can you figure what the temperature was like in Jefferson City in, let's say, early October of 2024?
Don't you have an almanac for this?
Somewheres.
Farmer's Almanac. Won't that tell you?
Yeah, I got my almanacs.
In October, Missouri typically brings mild and pleasant autumn weather.
Uh-oh.
Average high around 69 degrees, average low around 47. It's very similar to Ohio weather.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Let's do November. Let's see if it's the same. Maybe their winter months are warmer than ours. Average high is 56 in November. Average low is 35. Once again,
Uh-oh.
pretty comparable. Let's say winter. December, January, and February, lows of 24, 20, and 23. Highs of 44 in December, 39 in January, and 45 in February.
Sounds a lot like us.
Mm-hmm. Nobody had their winter coat on, so.
Mild? That's like the same as it is here. We have typically fairly mild winters, just like Missouri.
Not Missouri.
So it's the same. It's the same.
It is the same.
You can't say blammo. You can't say blammo.
Who says blammo?
Good brother. Like he won. You lost. You lost this one.
You never saw anybody's breath.
Maybe you did.
No,
I don't know.
You didn't. No.
At night they might have.
No, you didn't see it. I didn't see it. Just the
I don't
vape.
know.
Just the vaping.
I don't know. We too have mild winters. It ain't no fucking 40 degrees. Yeah, it is. There is always a stretch of like. There's always a stretch of gotcha, playing with your emotions, 40s, sometimes 50-degree bullshit going on in January. It happens every year. Every single year. It goes up into the 40s, if not higher. You might have a day where it's 60. Yeah.
Yeah, we had Christmas one time. It was 60 degrees.
Yes.
Kids were out. One of the kids was outside.
I remember
naked.
that.
Emerson was out on the porch butt naked on Christmas Day. I remember.
It doesn't mean that it can't drop down lower. It means on average. The winters here are fairly mild.
Usually. It's no Chicago.
No, it's no Chicago. It's not Northern Ohio.
No,
it's not Michigan.
Massachusetts.
There's a huge difference between here and going up to Michigan. Or Toledo. But down here, it seems to be the case that we are having very similar weather on average to that of over in Missouri.
This is the worst conversation we've ever had on a live stream. And the fact that anybody's still here, baffling. They've all probably left. Ronnie's gone. He was like, we don't need...
Ronnie's in and out in 5 seconds these days.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes for some people.
So I wouldn't expect him to be around for
Talking about the weather.
weather conversation.
Oh, Oh, my YouTube disappeared. Did I go
He's
with you?
stolen Jorfus's high buy gimmick.
Yeah. Maybe everybody's gonna start doing that.
Maybe they will. So now that we've established that, have I been drinking? I've been drinking this Liquid Death, severed lime, no alcohol. I haven't had any alcohol since the last time I drank it on a live stream.
Me neither.
Whenever that was, a couple, 2-3 weeks ago.
Probably the last time we did Legos, I think.
Last week.
Yeah, we only got strict about our stuff about a week ago. 2 weeks ago? A week. 2 weeks? I don't know. About 2 weeks. Why does it sound like there's people upstairs?
Animals.
Why are they so loud? It sounds like children. Nope, this is just Super Divorce's sober brain talking.
Me getting fired up about temper tears.
Yeah, it's not much different than your drunk brain.
Is that right?
I remember back in the day, we used to play shows live all the time. And I'd be in the audience watching, and there was always some girl like, oh my God, he's crazy. You think he's on drugs? Every time. What's he on? Oh my God, this guy's crazy.
People would always say that.
And you were just, that was just nothing.
Yeah. A lot of that was like before I even drank.
I know. That's why it was crazy.
Yeah.
That's just your essence.
It was just the Super Divorce Kavorka.
People always thought it was so cute.
I was on lewds.
Yeah, he was on lewds.
The lewd dude.
That's what I should have told him.
Yeah.
He is crazy.
Maybe that's...
One time I saw him eat a cat.
Yeah. I hope to get back on stage again. And maybe that'll be my go-to if people ask, like, dude, you're so nuts. What do you do? I take Quaaludes before all my shows. Lots and lots of Quaaludes.
Yeah.
It's kind of my ritual. I start early. I have my first one around noon. And then I have one as a snack.
As a snack.
Every half hour until showtime. By then I'm nice and ready to go. All looted up.
What's your worst bad neighbor story?
Bad neighbor?
Yeah, I had a client today that told me a story about his neighbor. And I thought we had weird neighbors. I'll tell you what his neighbor did. But first, have you ever had I remember Brett talking about one of his neighbors and he went after with a baseball bat. I don't remember why. Have you ever had like a bad neighbor? Did something? Did anything off-putting or weird? Anybody in the chat also?
Bad neighbor?
Oh no, Sona hit a flock of birds.
Oh,
Driving?
don't do that.
Sounds terrible.
Your car okay?
Maybe it was her EMS vehicle.
Oh,
EMT.
yeah, that
Is it
could
EMS,
be.
EMT? Which one's the right? What's the correct nomenclature?
Local medical facility. Good brother said I was the bad neighbor.
Oh, we did have a bad neighbor. I forgot. That guy that lived next door to us in the crazy house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
he was wild.
That was an actually bad. Good brother would remember him.
Why did it take him bringing that up for me to remember that guy has since passed? But
Well, yeah, he's gone now, and his house has been redone, and they've cleaned up his yard and everything, so it's very nice now. But
it was not nice. There was like,
before, it was like the guy's house in the sandlot.
yeah, or the burbs. Or the burbs.
Yeah, the Burbs. It was like the Burbs house kind of too.
Remember that one year he decorated for Christmas and he like hung Santa upside down by a noose?
Yeah.
It was like one of those inflatables. It was very bizarre.
That guy was weird. I remember he yelled at me one time. It was like one of the only personal interactions I had with him because I was mowing the lawn and we shared, like in between our two houses, there was an alley, and I had cut the grass, and some of the grass like went into the alley, and he came out, and he like started pointing. He was like, "Make sure you clean this up over here," because I was cleaning the sidewalk in front of the house. I was getting all the grass clippings off the sidewalk, and then he walked over and pointed out the alleyway.
Yeah, you don't want to get in the way of all of his poison ivy and thorns hanging over it.
Yeah.
That will scrape your car as you
He's
drive.
like, "Make sure you get over here. Make sure you clean this up." It like wasn't even, if you would have looked at it, it like wasn't even, if we even had sides of the fucking alley, it would not have been on his side anyway. But yeah, he was.
Should I be building something? Or are we not doing that?
I don't know. We're just looking at this pumpkin spice cafe, I guess. This is a bullshit stream.
No Legos tonight.
I didn't advertise it.
All right.
We didn't pick out a thing.
We've got these little guys. I still have one Hello Kitty set left. Can I build that?
I don't know if you even have one left. I thought we did them all.
No, I do.
Sona said the car is okay. Feathers were all on the grill.
Oh my
Been
God.
hell because the grill opens and closes on its own.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Not too good. That's not very nice. What are you looking for?
I was looking at the Hello Kitty set.
Which one didn't you do?
The vending machine.
Oh.
It's just a little guy. We can do that.
Good brother said, elite level handling, telling you to do something that you're already doing.
Yeah. What did he say to you when your car, wasn't it like your car wouldn't start or something and he came out and saw you? Or no, you had your keys locked and I think you had like a coat hanger you were trying to,
Yeah.
you and Madden were out there. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Do you lock your keys in your car?" And you're like, "Yeah." Ah, that sucks. And
Yeah,
just,
that's what he said.
Laughed and ran off
Yeah.
like a leprechaun.
Yeah.
Here you go. Build this.
Okay, go ahead.
Just take me a few minutes, probably.
Go for it.
Any other weird neighbor stories? My, our neighbor now, she's very sweet, which is kind of weird too.
I had a weird neighbor when I was a little kid.
Did you?
He revealed secrets of the universe to me that weren't actually true.
Oh. Is that where you learned the mastery of doing that?
I was outside. I had to have been like, I still remember this. I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and I was playing outside, and this kid who lived next door to us, he came over, and I think his name was Kyle, and he was a redhead, and he was probably about like 13 or 14, so quite a bit older.
How old were you?
Like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
And so I was out back playing, and he walked up to me, and he was like, "Hey, do you know how babies are made?" And I said, "No, I don't." And he told me.
Did he?
You know what he told me?
I remember it wasn't true.
He said, "You have to put your penis in a girl's mouth." And so for the longest time, that's just what I
That's
thought.
what happened.
That's
Oh,
why.
no.
That's how I thought people like had babies.
Just
so I thought girls
stare at your mom's mouth all the time, like, "Oh no."
No, I didn't like develop a fixation or anything, but I believed him because I no one had ever brought that up. It was like, oh, that sounds weird. Like I remember it making me feel like uncomfortable that he said that. It was like that's a strange topic to bring up here,
It really is.
and that's a weird fun fact. That's a weird pineapple tidbit you just thrown at me here on this beautiful sunny day.
It really is.
As a 6-year-old boy playing with my Ninja Turtles.
Is that the only conversation you ever had with him?
No, he would be outside. I didn't like him. He was always like, he wasn't really a bully. He just had that kind of like, I'm the older teenager kid. I'm gonna fuck with you kind of, but not like beat you up. He was just kind of a weird personality. I'm trying to think of like a character from pop culture that I could compare him to. You know, he wasn't the kid from Toy Story, Sid. He wasn't like that. He wasn't
Not
necessarily
quite that
psychotic,
crazy.
but just inappropriate. A very inappropriate child. Kind of a brat.
Okay.
More of a brat than a bully.
Do you want to hear the story that my client told me today?
Sure.
I haven't seen him in a while. Last time I tattooed him, he was at the old shop. And he lives kind of out, not in the country, but like Franklin area, but like, you know, there's some, everybody has chickens. He didn't have any chickens. One of the neighbor people had some chickens, but they didn't like take care of them, so all their chickens got killed. So his lady, well, that doesn't go. I was trying to put her feet in her fucking head. Anyway, his lady friend was like, I want to have chickens. And he's like, all right, babe, we'll have chickens and we'll do it right and we'll build, you know, all the safety stuff so they don't get eaten by other, you know, characters out here. And he said he came home one day to his lady in hysterics. She was just like losing it. And she told him that the neighbor who didn't have chickens left anymore had taken one of their chickens and killed it and ate it. And ate one of their chickens, and she was very distraught about it.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat your neighbor's pets. And they called the police about it. Because first he wanted to go over there and handle it himself. And I think his lady had called the police. And they were pretty much like, well, you can't really do anything. And he was like, well, if that's the case, I'm going to tell you, he does this again next time, I'm going to go over there and do something about it. And you're going to be taking me to jail. And I guess they went over and talked to him, and then he never did it again.
Well.
So.
Sona said free range KFC.
Yeah. And people getting wild.
Yeah. Can't do that. You can't eat your neighbor's pets.
No, it's rude. What a thing to do. I'm hungry. There's a chicken right there.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. It's not very nice.
It's frowned upon to take the rustic gentleman's animal.
Rustic gentleman.
I still don't have a good name for the cowboy.
I just think it's rustic people.
Not people. Those just sound like they're just meandering.
I know.
They need to be like hardy.
No, because the idea is to water it down to the point where it's like a useless term.
Oh, rustic people. They
Yeah.
sound like they just climbed out of the sewer, though.
I just think they sound old and like
Rickety.
feeble, rickety, rustic people.
Oh, shit.
I saw Asmongold was back in the news.
You keep talking. You've still never told me anything about this. I still want to know about this guy, and you are... Okay, sometime
What?
you need to tell me more about this man. Anyway, why was he in the news?
He was in the news for some hot takes.
What kind of hot takes? Isn't that his whole thing? Isn't that why some people don't like him and some people do?
Yeah.
That's all I know. Some people like him and some people don't, and he's got a lot of things to say. That's all you've told me.
Sona likes him.
Well, what hot takes did he have? Did he eat his neighbor's chicken?
No,
Well,
he didn't do that.
that's good. That's a start. It's good.
I've seen him weigh on multiple hot takes recently.
We are not here to confirm or deny, support or decline any hot takes.
Support or decline hot takes.
We're not here to do either.
Okay.
We're merely stating the hot takes. And just the way we've heard them. Now that we've gotten the disclaimer out of the way.
Sona, what's your favorite Asmongold hot take? Do you have a favorite one? Now I'm trying to remember what it was that I saw. I feel like it was just earlier today. I feel like after we started talking about Asmongold on this stream, I'm always getting Asmongold shorts suggested for me to watch
Yeah,
in my
your
feed.
your phone knows about it now.
I know.
The algorithm's on to you.
They've seen him talked about in the streams, and they've heard me say his name.
You're going to be
multiple
linked on his
times.
channel. You're going to be associated with him.
Good Brother says, I don't like politically correct Jeps.
Well, Sorry about you. You're gonna have to like it.
You're already canceled.
I'm not trying not to get canceled.
It doesn't matter.
I'm already getting canceled.
Once they come for you, it's over.
Maybe.
There's
Just over
no
here
going back.
existing. Cancel.
That's what happens.
Well.
You're existing 1 minute and then they come for you. They come for us all.
Oh no.
But Sona has no favorite Asmongold hot take. What was the one I saw earlier today? I feel like it was something that was back in the news. Let me borrow your phone real quick and see if I can find whatever the latest Asmongold hot take was.
What in the ever-loving shit? How does this connect? Ah! Shoot.
Oh! He was talking about that fucking Adam Ruins Everything guy who was on Tim Pool.
Oh.
You remember him?
I know you didn't like him. Cause
Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah, his show was really cringy.
This guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't watch it though. But I saw that was the thing where I was like, oh, back in the news. Because I saw that he was making the rounds again. I was like, I thought that Adam guy like went away.
Yeah, I haven't heard. Did he have a blow up or something? He poop his pants?
He had a really awful appearance on Joe Rogan like 2 or 3 years ago, I feel like.
Did they fight?
No, he came across like a complete fool.
Oh.
Like he didn't know anything.
He probably doesn't.
And he did the same thing on every clip I've seen from him on Tim Pool. It was the same exact experience where he'd say something and they'd be like, no, actually, it's this. And then they'd show him, like just, what was it? I saw one clip about, well, I don't get into it. I won't get into the thing.
Yeah. So he's back in the news.
He's back in the news because he was on Tim Pool's show.
Guy
He was
talking about him.
Yeah.
He had a hot take about him.
Well, it was like a half-hour video, but the title of the video is just this fucking guy.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Is he still like highly revered among some communities?
Adam Ruins Everything.
Some people still like him. Is he still like?
I'm sure some people probably still do.
On the precipice of anyone's mind.
I don't think he has a show anymore because he's just like, he's like the embodiment of, if Reddit was a person, it would be that guy.
Wasn't his whole thing like, I remember maybe watching like an episode or two, but wasn't it like, you like this thing, I'm gonna make you feel bad about it?
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
That's what he was ruining, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
he ruined everything. And tell you why you shouldn't like the things that you like.
Oh, that's mean.
Make you feel bad about liking the things you like.
Like Hello Kitty. You
probably.
Have any hot takes on Hello Kitty?
He would probably do an episode on Hello Kitty.
Oh, nobody can ruin Hello Kitty for me. I gotta build my melody here. So anyway, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. What was your point? So Asmongold, that's what you were bringing up. He's back in the
impromptu reaction video on a reaction video that I haven't watched. That's what this has turned into. Where I'm reacting to a reaction video that I have not reacted to, really, because I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither. I don't know anything about it.
Good Brother has some Hello Kitty hot takes.
No. Stop it. Keep them to yourself.
One of these days I might just do maybe I'll do a nuclear takes episode. I'll just get on here and go absolutely nuclear. I'll play Mike Oldfield's Nuclear. That's how you'll know. If a stream ever starts with that song playing, buckle up for it to be the last thing I ever do on YouTube.
How's that song go?
I'm nuclear. I'm wild.
I don't know that song.
I'm breaking up inside.
What is that?
Out of broken glass.
I've never heard this song.
Deep inside the abandoned child.
It felt really loud at the end and scary. Why'd you make it scary?
Good Brother said Dear Daniel is a beta.
Okay, well, that's fine. I don't care about Dear Daniel. He's like a sub-character.
She doesn't care about low-level sub-characters like Dear
I
Daniel.
don't care about Dear Daniel.
Gotta sing Eyes Without a Face.
Is this going to turn into a stream of you just doing really silly covers of songs?
No.
Do it.
Jess
Is that the same guy?
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
That's Billy Idol.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't know. I didn't know the first guy you were talking about.
Mike Oldfield.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh.
The most epic trailer probably of any video game of all time.
Oh, okay. I know now.
She doesn't really know. Then she made bug eyes after she said that.
No, I didn't. It's easy for you to just
If she
make up
was-
lies since nobody can see my face.
If she was Groucho Marx, she would have been doing the eyebrows up and down and moving her glasses very quickly. The little honking horn in the background.
Stop it. Doing front flips.
Mm-hmm.
100
5,000 front flips.
What was he doing that for? To show something?
He was trying to show off in front of Charlie
Well,
Chaplin.
I know, but you said to show how something he was. Front flips were for embarrassment or something. I don't remember what you said. Anyway, I always get it wrong. I get everything wrong. Leave me alone.
Now, Good Brother said, Tenori Kuma makes shit coffee.
Who?
Probably another Hello Kitty character. Does he know more Hello Kitty characters than you do?
Yeah, probably.
Now he's schooling
Makes
you.
shit coffee. That's fine. I need schooled. Probably. I mean, they're like silly little critters. They don't need to get jacked up on caffeine. Only Cinema Roll does that.
Only Cinema Roll.
Yeah, he's always tweaking for coffee. Where's my little piece?
When's the last time you played your island adventure?
Probably when we were at the airport.
You gonna play it some tonight?
No, I'm going to bed after this.
That's boring.
Well,
Good Brother says he's deep in Sanrio lore.
good. Enjoy it.
Have you watched any of the cartoons? The Hello Kitty anime? You know what I think was crap about the Strawberry Shortcake video game?
Did you play it
Yeah.
on a stream?
No. I recorded all the footage because I'm going to do the next Super Duper Divorce
But you
video
didn't
on
have
it.
your bonnet yet.
I said I'm doing
I know.
the next Super Duper Divorce episode on it. I'm not doing it on a live stream.
So you did. I know that. I figured you'd be wearing your bonnet while you were playing it.
No,
though.
it's not that kind of thing.
Fine. Okay.
Any footage of me playing it will be
I see.
piped in later.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Carry on.
Gosh.
Sorry, I'm here.
But there's no peculiar purple pie man from Porcupine Peak.
On the game.
Yeah. He's not in the game.
Well, he might be in some of the other games. There's more than one.
Yeah, but he's not referenced. Like, I think he's lightly referenced at one point, but it's not like...
Is
You
there a
don't-
different villain?
No, it's just like there are other villains. There are like enemies, but there's like a dream machine. Gotta have a bonnet stream. I mean, I will at some point. We'll figure out a
better.
bonnet stream. But I'm gonna wear a bonnets will be involved in the Super Duper Divorce episode.
Not good enough.
Chain-
Bonnet and chains.
And yes, chain stream is coming too. You won't know until it's chain stream. Just like you won't know it's nuclear take stream channels over until I get on here and play that song to start things out. And that's how you'll know.
You never got to your point though.
Of what?
That guy being back in the news.
Asmongold?
Yeah, you said he had a hot take on the Adam Ruins Everything guy, and you didn't say anything about it. So you just encourage
because I didn't.
everybody to go watch the video on their own.
Yeah, because I just saw. That's it. I just saw that he was
Oh.
back in the news with a fresh Hot
I
take
see.
on the Adam.
Are you gonna do like a review like you did with that preview last night and turn it into like a 7-hour video?
Maybe I'll just start reviewing Asmongold videos. I wonder if that'll get me new subscribers. Maybe I can take my channel to new heights if I just become reacting to Asmongold reacting to other videos.
Do you think he'll react back?
How do I know it's a hot take? Because the title of the video was "This Fucking Guy," so that sounds pretty hot right off the bat. He's coming in hot. If you show a picture of someone and you title the stream or the video "This Fucking Guy,"
What if he does one of those about you?
I think you can expect it to be a hot takey take.
I'll put these bows in.
If he does a hot take video about me,
Yeah. What if,
I'd be
and what if
thrilled.
it said "this fucking guy" about you?
I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be lots of eyes on the channel. That'd be great.
You dang YouTubers.
No, I don't think so. It's not good because here, let me see.
What's not good? What did I miss?
She said this fucking guy could be good or bad, and I said no, not in this case. This is definitely he's not happy to see Adam ruins everything. Because look at him. Look at the reaction that Asmongold is having. He's hiding his face in his hands.
Shame.
Yeah. He's like hiding in shame and peeking through the index and middle finger right here. Like he can barely watch it.
Now I want to watch. I don't know anything about that guy, and I'm intrigued. That was a good thumbnail. I want to know why people are mad at each other, but I just don't want people to be mad at me. Look, little
that's
bows.
nice.
Isn't it cute?
It's happy.
Yeah.
You want me to do Film Friday every Friday, just breaking down movie trailers?
Oh gosh.
Maybe
And
so.
It was indeed longer than the movie.
Film Fridays. The Film Friday Super Dive. If we can't watch movies on the stream, we can certainly review the trailers, it seems. I didn't get dinged for that,
Yeah.
so that was all right to do.
Maybe we can try to make it a point to go to some of these movies like we did on the times that we're available to do so.
Sona missed yesterday's stream because of work. Well, I took a nice 2.5-hour look at a 2.5-minute trailer.
I missed most of it too.
Because you fell a sleepy sleep.
I did. I was also trying to deal with work stuff. I was trying to listen. I was also dealing with the child of ours who didn't want to sleep.
Yes.
Nocturnal, crazy children. Oh shit, did I put that on the wrong? No?
What'd you do?
It's fine. I did it right.
No, what'd you do?
Stop being the baby.
Maybe I should play. Should I play some of this Asmongold and react to it?
No, won't that get you like a strike?
Not if I stop it and react to it. That's what you have to do. I think
No,
that's
maybe we shouldn't do that.
why.
Because I don't know what he's talking about, and you never know. We have to be PC on this channel.
No, I don't. I'm not PC at all.
We're totally PC.
And I can react to his reaction. Be careful. Jess is saying be careful with quiet mouth and leaning back in her seat. Twiddling her glasses. All right, I won't do that with Jess on stream.
You can do it.
No, I'll wait until you're out of here.
No, that won't make a difference.
Well, I mean like another stream where you're not, where I don't have to implicate you in
You
whatever.
implicate me by existing with me. By marriage, we are joined, and that means we are the same. I am responsible for you, and you're responsible for me.
A React BLT.
Ooh, I like BLTs. You can watch it. I'm
Like
just
the
teasing
bacon,
with
lettuce,
you.
tomato?
Yeah. I'm just messing with you. You can watch it. You can react to it.
Well,
This man there's been so much mysterious. What the fuck? Something's not lining up. Oh. So much mysterious items around this man. I don't know anything about him, so I don't know what we're getting into. That's what makes me nervous.
Sona said, "What type of terrorist does Jess think he is?" Lol.
I don't know. You've built this up to make it. Oh, we can't talk about this. We can't talk about what this guy talks about, and you haven't told me anything. It makes it seem so mysterious and scary, like he's some sort of controversial.
Well, I think he is controversial
Is he?
to some people.
But why? You haven't.
Because he's not PC.
Oh.
And he's giving his reaction.
Well, he's allowed. He's
to
allowed
hot
to have,
topics.
He's allowed to have his own opinions.
And hot button items.
And hot ladies.
I don't know if he talks about hot ladies.
What if he does?
Sona said, Jess, he's just a dude.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad. Is he just a bill?
Yeah, he's just a bill.
This doesn't work.
Okay, we're gonna react to the reaction.
Sorry for upsetting everyone.
Let's see what Asmund Gold said. I'll keep it over here.
You are not safe. The very fine people hoax. So let's take a look at this and we'll see what's going on.
Bro, Donald Trump dumped food into a fish pond after Shinzo Abe did. Why are you trying to make that a negative
I don't even
story?
know what that
it was like
talking about there.
it's all of these hoaxes. The very fine people hoax.
I mean, I remember the line. Yeah,
Trump never called Nazis fine people.
He said there were very fine people on both sides.
Except the neo-Nazis and white nationalists who should be condemned totally.
He said that.
Holy.
Yeah, he did. That's the full quote.
Shit.
And all
This guy said shit?
No, Tim Pool said shit.
Okay.
Because he can't believe that.
That he never heard that part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is wild.
Because he was getting ready to use that as an example of Donald Trump being a bigot.
Okay.
He was referring to the very fine people, which is known as the very fine people hoax now.
Yeah.
Because the next line he says he condemns.
Right, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That's not a hot take. That's just, that's just out there.
What a fucking retard.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I agree.
Brother, I don't live in your bubble, man. I don't live in the fuck.
You don't live in the bubble? But just so you guys can understand this bubble analogy fully. So this is the quote. So
These are so sad.
What is the quote? The quote is in a news conference after the rally protesting the planned removal of a Confederate statue, Trump did say there was very fine people on both sides, referring to the protesters and the counter-protesters. He said in the same statement he wasn't talking about neo-Nazis and white nationalists who he said should be condemned totally. Mm-hmm. That's what he circled right here. That part right there.
Adam's bubble is the smaller bubble.
Meaning he's only focused on,
the
he's only focused on the one part. That's what he's saying.
And that is unfair to take things out of context.
So if anybody's living in a bubble, it's Adam. I mean, because if you want to use this metaphor, this is literally the worst metaphor to possibly use. Why would you use this bubble? This is the worst one. Oh my god.
Brother, I don't live in your bubble, man.
I think that Tim Pool is being way too aggro about this, and because of that, he's making Adam super defensive. And maybe he's doing that on purpose, but yeah, he is. Like, I think Tim goes super aggro about stuff.
I also agree. I've seen him do that. I'm not the hugest Tim Pool fan. Something about him rubs me the wrong way.
Probably stuff like that.
It's not even that, because it's not, people yelling doesn't bother me exactly. It's
It
like,
doesn't?
no,
What's that like?
I don't really care, It's just,
Nice.
you grow up watching pro wrestling, you get used to it, Promos, it's just like people cutting promos all the time.
For some.
For some? What do you mean for some? You know how much Alex Jones I've listened to?
Yes.
Well, I think I'm upset about people yelling.
No, I don't like people yelling.
I know you don't.
I'm just gonna jump off the balcony. I can't. Can you help me?
Like, I've never referenced. I played the Alex Jones video game right on this
I
here
know.
channel.
I remember that.
The
Can
NWO
you put
Wars.
these in there for me? I can't do it with my fingernails.
So I got it.
Here.
Hold on, I think I can do this single-handedly. There. Just like that.
Except for the point needs to face up.
Needs to face up. Well, you didn't tell me that part. Oh! Thought you were gonna crack it.
Now he's pointing it. Now you gotta do 3 more.
3 more. Sona said, "See, Jess, just a dude."
Oh, I know. He's
just a
fine.
guy.
Yeah, he sounds fine. I think Nick built up this glow around him.
A glow.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was like funny or if he was like scary. He like murders people. He
Scary.
eats people's chickens. I don't know what kind of guy he is. He haven't told me anything.
He's just a guy. Just reacting.
I like listening to all kinds of people. All different kinds of hot takes. What? I wouldn't mind listening to him. We could check out some of his stuff. Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're trying to be so diplomatic. Like you're
Well-
completely devoid of your own opinions or...
Under the microscope right now. Trying.
Also, just because I have an opinion doesn't mean that you share it.
I know that.
Well, people should be willing to understand.
Guilty by association, as they say.
Well, then they're not worth paying attention to anyhow. If that's their attitude for dealing with people.
Move that better. You want to hold it with both hands. Are you still?
Gosh.
Are you going to be doing more reviewing? Of
Damn
that?
it! Almost. How could I get the other one so easily? There. There we go. Finger variety show, said Sona. There, can you get the last one?
No, it's really hard. It's my
Here,
nails
what,
present an obstacle. Here. Finger variety show. Who else's fingers can we get in here? Get the cat's paw.
The cat's meow. 1920s sex club. There.
Nick had to break out his cat swatting at dinner time.
Because we were talking about being handled.
He was trying to describe to his new friend. Did all the bows fall off? Oh, I pushed them too far.
Oh, you look at that. What? You didn't tell me that was going to happen.
No, they didn't say to only push them in halfway. Dang it, now I have to shove them back out. All my bows. No, this is what everybody always talks about.
With what?
Me ruining things.
Well, you just got to act like you're the vending machine person going around and...
Restocking.
Yeah.
Always hard to do though.
Restocking your machine.
This is really hard to do. Ugh. If I had like a rod I could shove in there. probably make this a little. Here we go. I'll use this R2D2.
Why don't you use the other?
Oh.
That's not gonna work. Use that little gray piece. That's probably gonna. I don't think that's.
You don't think so?
No.
It's perfect size.
How far does it need to go? Look, just use this. Push that down.
The little nipple.
That way you don't push it too far. You can only go in so much.
Push it real good. Now I gotta dig this thing out of there.
We use this. That's what that tool's for. Just don't launch it. There you go.
That's all I know how to do.
Nice and easy. Good brother said, Jeps blew it.
I know. You know, I'm blowing everything. See? Perfect example. I don't have my life together. I'm a sham of a human. I'm gonna become a rustic person. I'm gonna go live with the snakes. I'm
Sona's
gonna
bricked up now.
I can't do it.
Jess is blowing everything. Taking all comers.
No. What do we call this guy? Chort? Get over here.
Yeah.
It's your turn next. Little buddy. I need more leverage. The nipple's not doing it.
Uh-oh.
I need a longer rod.
Don't push it in too far. You did it on the other ones.
I know these ones are harder. Who needs a pumpkin spice book? Getting more action right now than you're ever going to get out of that tease.
Oh,
Nope.
just snap it.
Nope. It's just being unwilling. There we go. Oh, I can at least put these bows back in.
What do they say? The flesh was willing, but the body was downtrodden.
Downtrodden?
Yeah. My flesh was willing, but my body was broken down and feeble.
Who says that?
It's an old saying.
No, it's not. I don't know anybody that said that.
It's an old aphorism.
Aphorism.
The body's willing, but the mind was weak and feeble and broken down. Heap of scraps. The flesh was on fire, but the body was a termite-infested waterlog.
What?
I want to give up.
Don't give up. John Cena wouldn't like that.
He gave up. Look at him.
What's wrong?
I can't push these in. I've ruined it.
No,
Maybe
you
I
didn't
can
ruin it.
Maybe I can do this. There we go.
Pop it out too far now. Not too far. Oh, just about tore the whole thing asunder.
This is scary.
Really?
This is one of the scariest Lego. Not even Lego.
Getting brutal with it.
Well, it's not. It doesn't stay secure though. It's like jankily put together in the first place. Damn you, Hello Kitty! I said it.
That's mean.
It's all about to literally crumble apart right now.
Don't, you better take your time.
I can't. I'm sweating.
She's just completely demolished it. All the work she's done is just completely, just the whole thing's torn apart now.
Just like my life. Just like everything. Do you want to fix it? Here, just like you always do. Why don't you fix it for me? Fix all the things I've ruined.
It's just that you just got to snap the things back in place. Doesn't this piece go back on?
Probably. Yeah, it probably does.
Well, can you hold the phone at least?
It doesn't like me being upside down.
All of these are
Here,
these are snozwangled.
I'm just gonna, don't lose that. Sorry, folks.
This piece needs to go in right here.
I know that's why you don't show up. Actually, it's probably why they do. They're waiting for this to happen.
The destruction?
Yeah, just some people just like to see the world burn. You better put that flat so it doesn't tumble apart again.
It shouldn't tumble.
It tumbled last time. I'm telling you, it was easier to pry it out on the other side.
Well, that's how you broke the whole thing apart.
Well, I don't have the finesse, you know? It's not like I work with my hands for a living doing really delicate things.
Jeez,
It's a good thing.
that's not gonna do it.
Good thing nobody relies on me for that.
Mm-hmm. If you're gonna be canceled for anything, it should be these Lego streams.
Why? Just because I'm so bad at them?
Well, breaking things apart, and people would think you'd be really good at this.
I'm not. I'm not good at
You have
things.
to take such care.
It's a different thing.
I would like for a different tool.
What tool would you want?
Maybe this. Some sort of fulcrum.
Stop it with the fulcrum. The fulcrum.
I need a good fulcrum. John W. Fulcrum is the creator of the fulcrum.
I don't believe a single word of that. I'm not falling for it again. You got me with John Puzzle. I'm never going to believe you again about anything you ever tell me.
The creator of everything was just John and then the thing's name.
John Post-it. I'm glad somebody's bricked up because it's not the brick set. See, it's hard.
Well,
Should we just give up? Should we just snap it apart and start over?
no, now the thing's broken.
I told you. What, you snapped it?
Yeah.
Well, that was a good run. We almost did it.
Well, that's crazy. I mean,
It didn't tell me to not snap them in all the way. How was I supposed to know? You're only supposed to give it a half push,
well,
not a full thrust.
it's just silly.
What'd you break?
One of the flowers.
Like totally broken? Hey, you did it. Oh, no, you snapped it. Is that what you're talking about
Yeah,
already?
this snapped off.
That's okay. We don't
No,
need
it's
that.
stupid.
It's fine.
It looks like an idiot.
Well, that can be the discounted one.
Well,
That one's on. It just lost a pedal because of the fall season.
stupid. I hate that.
Well, I'm the one that did it. It's my fault.
Well, this was the answer the whole time.
Looks like it. That took some force. All right, you gonna put the bows back in?
Do they go in a certain order?
They do.
Red, purple, pink, and green.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. That one.
Yep.
There.
But,
Just showing everybody your handiwork.
well, thanks.
Here you are, always to pick up the pieces for me. Just like always.
That's my
Just
job.
like in everyday life.
Who's this?
That's my Melody. She's a bunny.
She's arch enemies with Kuromi.
Yeah. Kuromi's like the dark side of... She's the dark bunny. But in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, they're like best buddies. They're not enemies.
Oh. They break kayfabe.
Yeah, she's
Behind
always
the
like, "You're
scenes.
so sweet, I love you."
there
They're fake friends. They're frenemies, maybe.
Are there any bad guys?
In the game?
Yeah.
No.
No.
There's no like villains.
No, I didn't know.
No.
I thought there
You just
might be like an
giving
overlord.
No, you're just giving everybody presents.
I know if behind the scenes you get to uncover some sort of conspiracy and
Not yet. Not any that I've seen.
down in the depths below Hello Kitty's island. Might have tunnels and chambers.
Chambers.
Yeah, where they film illegal videos, get dirt on Hello Kitty politicians,
Ooh.
stuff like that.
Not that I've seen. I gotta...
Real salacious type stuff.
Yeah, you like the salacious things. Sorry to disappoint everyone this evening.
With what?
Myself.
What, you're breaking Legos?
Yeah, I'm making everybody sad. Oop. Oop.
That's all right.
I'm just trying my best.
That's okay.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey.
What is that? Who's that voice?
Hey, back to the theater girls with their butt cheeks hanging out. When they sit, aren't they effectively bare-assing public seating?
Yeah, for sure. Like they were wearing like those like I would call them lounge shorts, like cotton shorts. Like if you were a cheerleader, you might have worn them. Mm-hmm. But like back in my day, they were more snug than that. They weren't loose enough that like they were flowing, and if you bent over, like your whole crotch showed. They were still like a little bit more snug. These were very loose and flowy, and like when the wind blew, one of the girls' shorts like blew up, and I saw her butt cheeks. But even not when the wind was blowing, just like the walking movements, her innards were exposed. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely when she sat down, bare-assing for sure. For sure.
They wipe those seats down though, anyway. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Do they? They're...
Well, he brought up the fact that it was unsanitary, and I'm saying I'm sure that you're getting people in there.
If you knew the things people were doing in those movie theaters.
Yeah.
Another one of my clients, I get to hear all the crazy stories. He is a manager at an AMC, and he said one time he was making the rounds, and there was like a 2-year-old wandering, lost, looking for his mommy and daddy, and he was 2, like a toddler, just walking around looking for his parents, and they were inside the theater fucking. He had her bent over a movie seat and was clapping her cheeks. Nobody was in there, and they had to call the police.
Wow.
Yeah. The little baby. That's like Julius. That's like if you just let Julius just wander off into the movie theater dungeon outside of the theater.
That's crazy.
I know. He told me people always be getting dirty in there. You gotta watch out for it.
I would think with all the cameras and things, people wouldn't be doing that stuff anymore.
They still do.
In public.
Rest assured.
I just assumed that you'd be on camera and security would catch you.
These people didn't care, apparently. They were not bothered about it.
Is looking cute worth a violent yeast infection, wonders good brother.
I don't know. I would say it was not a cute look. That's just me.
Well, maybe in their minds.
I mean, I don't know. I've never understood the butt cheek trend. That's been going on for a little while.
They were going with blankets, and it looked like a slumber party.
Yeah, like be cozy for sure, but like also your ass is showing.
But like I said, they could have been looking for mates too. Maybe they were showcasing,
They're doing something.
hoping to take some boys home with them
Could be.
for their sleepover.
Oh,
You see?
yeah.
Could have been something like that.
It very well could have been. I gotta build a bunch of these little trees.
Could you catch a yeast infection from the seeding?
Probably not.
No?
That would be difficult, I would say.
What if someone was baking bread there right before you came in?
Not quite how it works.
No.
But who knows? Do you remember that whole thing when we were kids? It's like, check your movie seats before you sit down because people put the AIDS pins in there. Remember that? That was like a big thing.
I was more scared of the payphone one,
Oh, what was that one?
where they said people were sticking hypodermic needles in the change return, where you put your finger in the little slot to get your money
With
back.
a little note that says, congratulations, now you have AIDS or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Used to put a note. I don't think that ever happened. That's probably one of those fake things, just like the soda hoax that I told you about.
Yeah.
Found out that was a hoax.
Well, I have questions about how long, even if someone with AIDS poked themselves with a hypodermic needle, how long would the virus even be alive on the needle itself if you just left it?
Sona might be able to answer that question better than me, but I know certain things have longer surface life on a surface and the type of surface that it is. Because that's the different cleaners that we use at work. They're made to sit for, I think 6 minutes is the technical amount of time for complete sterilization. But some on a metal surface, like a non-absorbent surface, can live for longer periods of time than others. Yeah, I can't remember the times though. Some of them do not live as long. I feel like COVID was it doesn't linger for long.
No, they didn't last long.
It's a quick one. You can just kill it with the Lysol.
It didn't do well in sunlight either.
Yeah. This is very tedious building these leaves.
You're doing a good job though.
Oh, that is so nice. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't feel like I do a good job sometimes.
Well, you're doing it now.
Thank you.
So take rejoice.
Until the next fuck up.
Well, don't just start looking ahead to a fuck up.
Need bleach. But even sometimes when people come into contact directly with someone who's infected with their blood, there's still a chance that you don't always get it still.
Yeah.
And then they do have nowadays, I think they have a thing you can take to try to combat it, to make sure it doesn't turn into anything crazy. All right, I built my 4 leafies.
I was reading about tetanus recently, and how unlikely it is that you would get lockjaw even if you didn't have a tetanus shot. As long as you clean the wound properly, it becomes less than 1% chance that you would suffer any effects, because it's not the rust.
It's the lack of cleaning it.
And
Improper
it's a
cleaning.
particular is it a virus or a bacteria?
Tetanus?
Something that lives in that lives in the rust, I think, or on it. But you can also get it from manure, soil, or just any dirty cut. If you get cut by something dirty, there's a chance that you could develop tetanus. It's not just rust. I feel like people often associate rust with tetanus, and it's actually not even the rust itself that does it. It's not just getting rust in your blood gives you lockjaw.
No, I don't think. Yeah, that sounds right.
Sona said if they get poked, they go on a 6 to 9 month protocol. That's annoying.
Yeah, I remember they do have things like that for, and then I think you have to like retest your blood and make sure you're good after you go through all that.
I see.
Not a good time. Okay. This very tiny part shouldn't take me as long as it's taken me. I'm very sorry, everyone. Oh. I'm feeling very discouraged.
What is this, like a love seat? A small sofa, a duvet? They call this a duvet? What's the difference between a sofa, a duvet, and a love seat? The love seat's the smaller one, eh? Mm-hmm. That's like a two-person max.
What, the love
sitting device. The love seat. Yeah?
Yeah, what have I done?
What's a duvet? What separates a couch from a duvet?
A duvet cover is like for your bed, right?
Is that a duvet? Okay, then is a bed a duvet?
I don't freaking know. You ask me all these questions and it makes me feel stupid because I don't know.
Well, I don't know either.
I don't fucking
I'm
know.
saying the word.
We're not fancy enough to know what a duvet is.
I'm saying the word, but no one I know ever talks about a duvet. It's not in common usage.
For some people it is. Bring me the duvet.
Do you bring someone a duvet?
No. That might be what a rich person would say.
Bring me my duvet.
Their whole bed.
Duvet cover. That's what I know. I've heard duvet cover, but I can't tell you.
I think the duvet is just like the type of, it's like a big bedspread. I think it goes on a bed. I don't think the duvet is.
But why would you need to
furniture.
cover it then?
No, the duvet is, I think that's the name of the blanket. It's not a furniture item.
So if you wanted to cover the duvet.
No, the duvet is the cover. There is no
They call it
piece of
duvet
furniture
cover.
called, you don't like sit on the duvet.
But they call it duvet cover.
You buy a duvet to put on your bed.
I've heard people say duvet cover.
Yeah.
And it made me think of like the cover you would put over your couch.
I guess you
To
could
give
put
it
it on
a-
your couch. No, I have to do this again. I have to make more bushels. Ah!
I'm talking about like the cover. I'm not going to stop saying
Ronnie came
duvet.
back to
I'll never
yell at
stop. I only say duvet. Every 10 seconds I have to say it. Or else something bad happens.
A duvet is a soft, flat bag filled with natural or synthetic materials like feathers, wool, down, cotton, or silk.
That's the duvet.
It's like a feather blanket. Yeah.
So when they call it a duvet cover,
It's just a type of cover. Like a sheet cover, a bedspread cover, a duvet cover.
duvet inserts need duvet covers, Sona said. What is this duvet insert?
Oh, like maybe you can put a cover, like a zippable, so you can wash it. You can't wash the feathery part.
You zip something around the duvet and that's the duvet cover.
Probably.
And if you wanted to cover that,
Yeah. The duvet cover goes around the duvet, I think.
and if you wanted to cover that, you could buy a duvet cover.
Mm-hmm. 2 covers. I don't know why you're filming me trying to do this. Just making a fool of myself.
So you could put a duvet on your sofa or your love seat.
Yes. See? Fetch me the duvet. See? That was right the whole time.
I guess so.
My intuition was spot on.
I mean, I know what an ottoman is. We've got an ottoman. That sounds fancy.
It does. Man, they found another Easter egg.
You can put a duvet cover on the ottoman.
I don't think you can.
Why?
Because it's not shaped to fit in
Who's
an
going to
ottoman.
stop you? The ottoman
You can put
police?
No, it just won't fit. It's made to fit around a duvet, Not. You could put the duvet on the ottoman and then put the duvet
that's what I
cover
mean.
on the duvet.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
The covered duvet could go on the ottoman.
It could.
You could set it there if you wanted to. You could drape it over it.
Yeah, you can do anything you want.
Well, you said you can't for a second.
I thought you were just
You
putting...
said you can't put it there.
I thought you were trying to, like, zip the duvet cover around the ottoman as, like, a new cover for it without the blanket.
Sona thinks I was thinking about a chase.
You might be the chase lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, like, the one that, like, goes at the bottom of your bed. And it's, like, long, but there's usually, like, a raised, like, more pillowy edge on. It's like the one that like a fainting couch.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a fainting couch. So that's a chase lounge.
What about a Barco lounger?
That's like what Chandler and Joey have.
Barco?
I don't think you're saying it right.
Barca?
Something like that. I never know
Barky.
what it actually is.
Is it a Barco lounger? Like a dog barking, but a Barco?
I don't think it's Barco.
Barca.
Something like that.
A burqa lounger.
Yeah.
Where you sit when you have your burqa on. Put on a burqa. It's a good seat for your burqa. It won't get hair all over it.
Stop. Why does it have hair on it?
Because it repels hair.
What?
If your dog jumps up on the
Oh, your
burqa lounger, then when he jumps off, there's not going to be hair on it. It's like an anti-shed technology. So your burqa doesn't get covered in dog hair.
This has been one of the most ridiculous conversations I think we've ever had.
Well, somebody's got to have these talks.
Very important. Kidding me.
Oh, what happened?
I'll put it back on. It's hard to keep it going.
That's just about it, right?
Yeah, thank God.
You're almost there. Look at you.
Man, we built a whole R2-D2 and 2 streams, and it's taken me like 2 hours to put this tiny little Hello Kitty boop together. Did it break? Oh, okay, it didn't break.
It didn't break.
Well, it looked like it was snapped off on the top. See?
Don't gasp suddenly.
I'm really good at that.
Everything's fine.
Okay, there's a little tree. I gotta put that on. Moment of truth. It's not going on easily.
Don't.
Oh!
You're starting to break pieces. Don't lose it now.
I'm trying to not lose it.
Dynamic view.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Whew. Here we go. Bows.
Now what about...
That's the broken piece, and that's the nipple.
I
we
know
used.
that. What about My Melody? Are they supposed to sit on the love seat together?
It didn't tell me what to do with that, but I guess probably that would make. No, I'm gonna make them sit there together because they're friends. And the bow. Yeah, see, look, there's no room for Dear Daniel. See how they didn't make a spot for him next to the bows, the bow store.
Maybe they'll make an Asmongold Lego set that we can do.
Not Asmongold. Why did they make me do that back there? What's that supposed to even be?
I guess there are other items you could pick up.
A broken flower.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be broken. There.
Oh, but what if we put them on top of the shop?
No, don't do that. That's nasty. That looks
Fine.
nasty. You want it to be just like that.
Nobody can ask for more bags tonight.
Nope, we're all out of bags right now. No mo bags. That's it.
Does that mean we go to bed, or do we engage in more ridiculous conversation that nobody wants to hear?
I guess just go to bed. You said you were getting tired anyway.
No, I'm fine right now.
You said you were like...
I am just, in general, tired. So I'm not staying up until... See, you asked me if I was going to play Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
That'll take me like 2 to 3 hours to catch up on, so I'm not starting it tonight.
Why would it take you so long of hours to catch up on...
Because I'm too far in the game. It takes too long to give everybody their presents, to gather all the materials, to do all the tasks that they want me to do. I got to bake cakes. I've got to fly planes. I've got to plant things in the garden. I've got to give everybody their secrets. You advertised your smut, and there's been no smut.
I said it was clickbait.
Oh, catchy.
Mm-hmm. I used that.
To get people in the door, and then you lied to them.
Yeah, as a milkshake to get people in.
And then instead we just talked about the weather in Missouri for an hour.
We talked about some smut.
We did?
Mm-hmm. There was smut in the clown movie.
There was?
Brokeback Mountain.
Oh.
Gay smut.
Yeah, just some smooching.
Yeah.
It was pretty modest smut.
Still smut, though.
A little bit of smut.
The girl tried to come onto
the smut.
Yeah.
She tried to smut it up.
Yeah. He said no.
Yeah.
He turned down all the girls all the time.
I know. That's
because
what
secretly he wanted
he liked rust.
Yeah.
He wanted this rustic. What is it? Rustic person. Boyfriend. Not cowboy.
Did you notice something about the names there?
Rustin Cole.
Yeah.
I did.
The gay kids were Rustin Cole.
I know. I wonder if they did that on purpose. You don't hear many people named Rustin.
Yeah, that was a total
nod.
That was a total nod.
Do you think it was a jab?
No.
Nod.
Probably exposing that they wanted Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey to lock horns, if you will.
There was a lot of tension between the two of them. He did F his wife, though.
Yeah, that's true. But in this movie, it'd be like if Rust and
Woody.
what was his character's name? I can't remember what his... Marty. That was it. It'd be like if they had a Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. But they didn't. Not on screen, anyway.
No, it's implied, though.
It was?
Yeah.
On the show?
Yeah.
They had a brotherly love?
No, I'm talking about the movie and the clown movie.
Oh.
Those two.
That's like a weird nod, though. Out of all the things. Oh, probably because they were also referencing the bullshit ending to Night Country.
Maybe
they stole
so.
that. And they just really love that series. Were there any other...
other True Detective pieces?
Seems like a weird place for it.
Nothing's coming to mind right away. Uh-oh.
Kitty cat fell.
Well, I guess that'll be just about it. Maybe I'll read one quick passage here.
Nobody's bricked up.
No one's bricked up.
I think unless someone's bricked. Maybe everybody fell asleep. We were talking about duvet covers for a really long time. Maybe everybody grabbed their duvet, snuggled in,
that could
and
be.
went directly to bed.
Well, we can save the actual smut for later.
That's a good idea.
All right. Oh, well, hold on. Sona's bricked up.
Well, Sona can have whatever she wants.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Okay, here. It's going to be smut roulette. I'm going to flip to a page and I'm just going to read whatever's there.
What if it's not smut?
Then we won't get smut.
You can just leave people.
I'm going to read one page. One page. Smut roulette. Will it be actual smut or no?
Are you asking me what I think?
Here we go. I flipped it open. Toss a tortilla.
Nick is still wearing the same underwear from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I haven't
Always
bothered.
Tortilla underwear.
Yeah, just the same. I have one pair of tortilla underwear.
It's the only ones that we wear.
Jeannie's legs wrapped around him, instantly filling his head, and went around to the back door. He knocked, hoping she was just upstairs getting ready. No answer. He knocked again. Maybe he should text her? Jeannie? Or maybe he could yell her name in the alley like a deranged person. Good call, Logan.
Yeah.
He could see where she'd put cardboard over the broken window, and his heartbeat ratcheted up. What if something was wrong? What if things had escalated and she hadn't told him? Would someone hurt her? He knocked again, harder this time, feeling more frantic the longer he stood in this damn alley, staring at that damn broken window. It's open, a small voice said from the other side of the door, and Logan didn't waste time. He shoved open the door and strode into the main cafe, his gaze scanning the room. For what? A threat? A refrigerator unplugging? A window-breaking intruder? A disgruntled employee? A not-so-friendly ghost? He didn't find any of those things. He found something 1,000 times worse. He found Jeannie sitting on the floor, her back against the bakery case, knees pulled up to her chest, tears streaming down her face. Tears!
Did he yell tears?
It even put it in all caps.
Where?
Tears.
Oh, tears. Oh, no.
Well,
You're not going to keep going?
I said one page.
You built it up. At least finish where you started.
I did.
All right.
That's one page. If I keep going after I said just one page, then every time I get to the end of the page, you're going to say, keep going.
Well, I want to know what happened. Did she get jumped?
Well, that's the advertisement. To find out what happens next, you're going to have to run out to Target and pick up the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's the season to fall in love from
Oh, you just killed Hello Kitty.
from Laurie Gilmore's Dream Harbor book series. You can find this at all what do they say? All good booksellers. At your local good bookseller.
I don't think they sell that. I don't think that's what they say.
At your Bester booksellers.
No, that's also not it.
But you can get this at Target. You could find it at Barnes & Noble.
John Barnes and John Noble
Yeah.
put their heads together and made a bookstore.
Yeah. Free advert. That's right, Soda. All right, well, that's about it for tonight.
Thanks for spending your Saturday.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Whoever's watching, appreciate you. See you on Monday night for Sega Mania. And I'm going to have to make sure the game actually works this time. I didn't do that last time, and I had pie on my face, and I had to scramble and find a different way to play the game.
That wasn't good.
But we got it done, but I'll make sure the game actually functions before the next stream on Monday night at 10 p.m. Live streams Monday through Saturday and 10 p.m. So, guys, once again, thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and a great day tomorrow. Anything else, Coach?
Don't call me Coach. That's it. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming around.
All right. Take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing. Be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Night, cuz. Bye-bye.